Right, welcome back. Today, we are going straight into something I use every single week with every single client that I work with. And I mean every single one of them. It doesn't matter if they're a complete beginner or someone who's been training for years. These 5 pillars are the foundation of everything that I have built in Zenith Fit. And honestly, if you can get these 5 things absolutely dialed in consistently, your health and your body will change forever. Full stop. No supplements, no extreme diets, no 6-week crash course that leaves you back at square one within 2 months. Just 5 things done really bloody well, really bloody consistently over time. So let's get into it, shall we? Pillar number 1 is nutrition. And before anyone switches off thinking I'm about to give you a meal plan or tell you to cut out carbs, I'm not going to do that, because that is not what this is all about. Nutrition is the foundation. It is the thing that fuels every single other pillar on this list. But the reason most people struggle with it is because they don't know what the hell they should be eating. It's because they've been sold this idea that eating well has to be overly complicated. It has to be overly restrictive, and it has to be friggin' miserable. It really doesn't have to be this way, guys. What I want every client to do is simple. Protein at every single meal. Vegetables, wherever you can get them in, and whole foods the vast majority of the time. And that is a structure that fits around your actual life, not some fantasy version of it. And that's it. That's the starting point. You build from there. The goal isn't to be perfect with your nutrition, because that is setting you up for failure. The goal is consistency, because a decent nutrition plan you follow 80% of the time will absolutely destroy a perfect plan that you abandon 2 weeks in. Pillar number 2 is your steps and your daily movement. This one is massively underrated, and it's the one most people completely overlook because it doesn't feel like exercise and it's a little bit boring. Your daily movement, your steps, your non-exercise activity thermogenesis, this burns more calories across your week than any type of gym session will ever do. Doesn't matter how intense the gym session, this will burn more calories. And just let that sink in for a second. Most people sit down all day behind computers while they're driving, and they try to make up for it with a brutal workout in the evening. But 1 hour in the gym doesn't undo 8 hours of being completely sedentary. It just doesn't work like that. When I started paying more attention to my own steps a few years back, I realized that moving was absolutely brilliant when it comes to losing body fat. We spend most of our time sat behind a laptop, sat behind the steering wheel of a car, sat on the sofa, and it just does not help you drop body fat. So what I did was I made it simple for myself. I walked more. That was the whole strategy. Walk as much as I could. No walking pads, no complicated routine. I just got up and I walked more. I parked further away from the supermarket, and it worked wonders. The impact on my body composition, on my energy, and my mood was absolutely massive. So you want to be looking for 8 to 10,000 steps a day is generally a target that I set most of my clients depending on their circumstances. If you're nowhere near that right now, do not panic. Please do not panic. Just start increasing it gradually. If you're on 2,000 right now, try and get to 4,000. Then over time, it will compound in a way that will genuinely surprise you. Pillar number 3 is structured workouts. Now we get into the thick of it. Now we get into the gym. And here's where I'm going to say something that might go against everything you've heard before. More is not better. Better is better, ironically. I see people absolutely destroying themselves. They go to the gym and they cane it. 6 days a week, 2 hours at a time, ego lifting, smashing cardio until they can barely walk out the friggin' door. And they wonder why they're knackered and exhausted all the time. They wonder why they're starving hungry, not recovering, and the results aren't going anywhere. Your workouts need to be structured. They should be progressive. You should be getting a little bit stronger over time, lifting a little bit more weight, doing a little bit more work. That is what drives long-term results. 3 to 4 sessions a week of solid resistance sessions is going to be perfect for most people. It's what I recommend for most of my clients. You do not need more than that if your sessions are intentional and well structured. Strength training builds muscle. Muscle increases your metabolic rate. A higher metabolic rate means your body burns more calories at rest. And that makes fat loss a hell of a lot easier and far more sustainable in a way that endless cardio will just never do. Train hard enough to make progress, recover enough to repeat it. That's the game. Pillar number 4 is hydration. I'll keep this one straightforward because it's very straightforward, to be honest, but people massively underestimate it. I would say the vast majority of people are walking around mildly dehydrated most of the time. And when you're dehydrated, your energy tanks, your focus drops, and your hunger signals get so confused they think you're actually hungry when you're probably just thirsty. Your training performance suffers and your recovery tanks. 2 to 3 liters of water per day is the baseline. A little bit more if you're training hard or if it's warm outside. Now I know it sounds boring, and it kind of is, and I know it sounds not very sexy, but the number of people I've worked with who have improved their energy, reduced their cravings, suppressed their appetite a little bit, and felt better by drinking more water is genuinely remarkable. And it costs next to nothing. So start drinking more water. Make it a realistic thing you can do. And pillar number 5 is sleep and recovery. This is the one that busy people sacrifice the most. And it's absolutely the worst thing you can possibly do, by the way. Sleep is not a luxury. Sleep is when your body repairs muscle tissue, regulates your hunger hormones, manages your stress response, and consolidates everything you've done during the day. Cut your sleep short, and every other pillar on this list becomes way harder to execute. When you're sleep deprived, the ghrelin, which is the hormone that makes you feel hungry, goes through the roof. Let leptin, which is the hormone that makes you feel full, drops to the floor. So you're hungrier, you're less satisfied, you're craving high sugar, high fat foods most of the time, and your willpower's running on empty before the day has even got started. You really need to aim for 7 to 9 hours of sleep. Get consistent sleep and wake up times where possible. A room that's dark, pretty cool, and pretty quiet. And get your phone out of the bedroom if you can manage it. It really helps. I treat sleep like a non-negotiable training session. It is that important to your progress. So there are the 5 pillars: nutrition, daily movement, structured training, hydration, and sleep. None of them are groundbreaking on their own, are they? Let's be honest. But when you stack all 5 of them together consistently over weeks and months, that is when things genuinely start to change for you. This is what I build every single client's program in Zenith Fit around, because complicated doesn't work long term. Simple, sustainable, and consistent does work long term. If this was useful, subscribe, because every week I send a video like this built around what's helping people, help you cut through all the bullshit out there, and just help you get real results, to be honest. And if you want to work with me directly, the link is in the description below. Thank you for tuning in. See you soon.